Hey everyone, it's Ed, Slow Car Fix again. Working on my 64 C-Can Coupe, my 64 Monza Corvair. Um, yeah, that escalated quickly. I think I'm going to have to do more work than I thought on this engine. Okay, so here's a greasy pig. Um, there's a couple of things I've found. Um, I removed the bell housing. There it is, uh, soaking in gunk. The cam gear still looks real clean, so that's good. Um, I pulled the spark plugs and found my missing borescope. Had a look. I think I saw some surface rust on the cylinder walls. Nothing crazy, but enough that I don't want to run the rings through it. And I haven't really rotated this thing fully yet. I only rotated it enough to remove the torque converter bolts, sort of back and forth. So I don't really want to do any more damage to what I have that's already good. So anyways, I've cleaned off the nuts, the head nuts. I sprayed them with, what is that stuff called? I don't know, some sort of penetrant. Can't remember. It's local stuff they make here. Yeah, so I've got to pull all the rocker arms off, pull off the head studs that are that are also the rocker studs, and then these guys suck. These ones actually look really clean, and the goal is to not remove a stud if you can help it, because that sucks when you do that. But anyways, I want to see what I've got here, and I know I have to replace a couple of exhaust stacks anyways, and you can do them with the head on the engine and removing the pushrod tubes very carefully, but it's a lot easier if the heads are off. So I got all signs point to taking the heads off. I think I might as well, and then I can do a proper clean. I vacuumed out all this crap, but there's still a pile of stuff that I can't get out. Then I can properly clean the heads. I don't know. I gotta clean them anyway. So I'm gonna pull them and see what I got. It's not where I wanted to be, but I don't want to half-ass this car too much because I do like it. Hey, so I've got the pushrod tubes out. I had to make a new tool. You probably saw that. It's what it is. They sell a tool for it. It's like $100 US, and I'm cheap and I don't have one. So what my tool is an old pushrod tube with a bolt welded to it. I haven't used it in a while, so I think the last time I used it, I said, this is the last time for this tool. Anyway, so I revised it, made it shorter. It seemed to work well. The O-rings in this are, they're definitely rubber, not Viton, and I'm not sure at what point people decided Viton was better, and it is. But these are not them. So I was doing that anyways. The head seems to be stuck on the cylinders. I sprayed some fluid film. That's what the stuff is called. I sprayed some fluid film between the cylinders and the head. It wants to pull the cylinders out of the block. I don't want to do that if I can avoid it, at least at this point. So I was just giving it a little taps around, love taps with the my rubber dead blow hammer. Careful not to tap on the fins, and careful not to tap on anything that might break or tap too hard. I did get a tip from my buddy Dave Binney, who builds these engines all the time. He said, give it a crank tight. So you probably saw me do that, where I crank it a little bit like a quarter turn over torque, tightened in with the penetrant on it until you hear this sort of cracking sound. And it sort of cracks the seal between the nut and the stud. And he said it vastly improves the chances of not pulling studs, and so far so good. I don't know what I'm going to find inside the cylinders, which is kind of scary, but at this point it doesn't really matter. If I find stuff I don't like, then it just gets more expensive from that point, which isn't good. But regardless, the goal is to have a good running, reliable engine, and I'm going to make sure of that. The shrouds, I got a phone call today. The shrouds powder coating is all complete, so that's good. They sandblasted and powder coated them. Pretty economical when you factor the time involved. Yeah. Hey. So I got the heads off. The one fought me. The other one came off pretty good. Once again, doing the phone a friend trick, talking to my buddy Dave, and he said apply heat to the cylinder head, and the aluminum will expand, and you'll be able to continue on your journey to remove the cylinder heads. So the one came off pretty good. The other one fought me. I definitely am glad I pulled the cylinder heads. I found something interesting. So as suspected, there's a little bit of surface rust in there and some carbon, but this guy is not supposed to be there. That is foreign material. That is a needle from a carburetor that has somehow gone down in here with an open valve, and fortunately it's not it's embedded into the head a little bit, but it's not too bad. I should be able to clean that up, and then it won't collect carbon there, and it won't be too bad. So that's good. The other thing is the other end of that, the piston, just has a little tiny mark on it. No dent, just a little tiny mark. So that tells me that this was never run like that, because if it was ran like that, there would be a gigantic noise and clatter and a whole lot of damage on the top of that piston. Good morning. It's the next day. So when I was trying to sleep and not sleeping, I was thinking about all the things I'm going to do with this engine. So one step forward, two steps back, I guess. I'm going to do pretty much a complete top end rebuild on this engine. I'm going to probably buy some new valves, send the heads in to a local machine shop that's done Corvair heads for me and other people before. Going to measure the cylinder bore and for taper. If they're good, I'll hone them. I'll get a ball hone and hone them. We just leveled up a notch. We're into uncharted territories for me. Usually I stop at pulling the heads, getting the heads done. Don't really get into this kind of stuff. So it's a little further than I personally have gone, because I think the cam and the cam gear are in good shape. I don't believe that I have to split the block. I think I can polish the crank lightly in place. Things are more expensive now, but my engine will be better for it. So anyways, I have a disaster in the shop here of mess and grease and oil. All right, so a little bit of change of scenery. I got my table cleared off. There's actually a table under there. That's pretty good. I've got the engine on the engine stand leaking on my floor. I have to undo what I did. I did this top cover when I thought that maybe things were better than they were. I did this top cover. It's on my last video, I think. And now I have to take it back off so I can access the internals. I pulled the cylinders off. Don't like it. I could clean it up, maybe save it. I don't think so. I'm now pulling the pistons out. It looks like I'm at a minimum doing pistons and cylinders. I'm going to pull it apart and see what the crankshaft looks like. And further down the rabbit hole I go. Yeah, things are getting expensive. It is what it is. I'll have a better car for it at the end. And I'm learning some things that I haven't done before, which is kind of my favorite part. I do like to really drive these cars. I drive all my stuff a lot, so reliability is important to me. So I could half-ass this and cobble it together. I'm leaning towards not doing that. As for the mileage, this engine has like 1 million miles worth of wear on it by the look of it. It's a very odd situation because some of it looks really good and really untouched, but some of it is just crap. Where am I going from here? Not really sure, but so far we're into thousands instead of hundreds at this point, which kind of sucks. Yeah, so I'm going to continue pulling I've pulled 2 pistons out so far. And on those 2, the surfaces of the crank look acceptable. I have to measure it to confirm that. But so far, there's no glaringly obvious damage or anything like that. It actually looks pretty good. There's no rust or anything. So, this is a Corvair engine inside of it. You can see I've got the 2 pistons removed. They're sitting over there beside my coffee. I'm going to remove the rest now and then have a look. One thing's for sure, I'll be able to degrease this thing pretty easily. I'm hoping that at this point I don't have to split the block. The block splits. You can see it's 2 halves, and it splits these guys here, and there's some down there. Then the block splits, and that's when you can remove the crank and you can remove the cam. And that's kind of bigger than I want to get into, because then at that point you're like, well, maybe I should get the cam done or get a new cam, and anyways, it's a rabbit hole. We are in the rabbit hole. Okay. It's the next day. I'm just looking at my aftermath on this Corvair engine. I've made some decisions and on how I'm going to go forward, and thought this would be a good opportunity to finish up this video, and I'm going to have to carry it on with the next one when I get more parts and get some work done. So there's the pistons and cylinders. Not great. The crank I have measured. It does need a little bit of cleaning, which I will do. But I've measured it, and it measures within spec, so that's good. I still am procrastinating for some reason and taking the 6 bolts or whatever and removing this oil filter adapter and getting it out of my way. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyways, I need to clean and degrease this block and make it all shiny and pretty. I need to remove the lifters that are in these holes. Camshaft is down on the bottom. It looks good. Everything is shaped the way it's supposed to be shaped. There's not a lot of wear on it. So decisions. Let's talk about where I'm going next. So, I have arranged to purchase some new cylinders. I think of the 30 over variety. I don't really care about them being bored over, but they are original cylinders that have been rebored. They're from Clark's Corvair with some 30 over pistons, connecting rods. I'm going to have to get some machine work done. Get the big ends sized for the crankshaft. Some other parts. I'm going to get the heads done. I'm going to buy all new valves because you can buy the whole new valve train, not new valve train, all the valves required for the cylinder head. So six intake, 6 exhaust for like $108 US. So why not replace them? So I'm going to replace them. So I'm going to send the heads to get done. So this is going to be a couple of weeks in the making now. By the time I get parts, I'm going to get some of the parts late next week. By the time this video comes out, I will already have the parts. So I have some cleaning to do. I have some more stuff that I'm going to send to the powder coater. And I have, as mentioned, the cylinder heads to drop off at the machine shop. I also have been procrastinating and dreading working on this crap. The differential and transmission. I have to finish degreasing the rest of them, reseal everything, replace the governor on the transmission, and all the sort of maintenance things that you would do while it's out. And we'll see how it cleans up. I may even hit it with a coat of paint. I have everything to reseal it, so I'll do that. And then it starts to be the process of putting things back together. Right now it's the process of spending money and cleaning parts. Joy. Thanks for sticking with me on this. I know it's kind of taken a bit of a turn. It surprised the heck out of me too. While I'm waiting for parts on this, I'm probably going to work on my Malibu. I will do some more videos of that stuff. So thanks for sticking with me, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It does help. Lots of views, not a lot of subscribers. It'd be nice if people subscribed. Then you could see when my videos come out. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Stay happy, stay positive, stay safe, and work on your junk. That's what I'm doing. See ya.